we're just having a conversation about, the Senate president speaking to second-term governors on what to do to select their successors or to choose their successors in that sense. But you are driven by something different in that sense, the whole process. So tell us why you're driven, why now, and we'll come to the feedback that you've been getting.
Thank you very much for having me. Look, the tragedy about Nigeria is that we are living in an alternate reality. We have decided to put the cart before the horse, so everyone is struggling. The literal professor said that things have fallen apart and the center cannot hold. So what happens when the center has caved? What happens to what is supposed to get support or stamina from it? Everyone in Nigeria is struggling today because the center piece where everyone should get stability is not okay. If we fail to fix governance, we are just in a vicious circle of lamentations and complaints. Nigeria, we claim to be a democracy, and the hallmark of every democracy are free, fair, credible, and peaceful elections. Without people being able to choose their leaders, you can't call that a democracy. We can decide to call it anything else. And unfortunately for us, we have refused or failed to pay attention and fixing that system, which is the first line of accountability for public office holders. If you do not have a system where you can vote in people, and if they fail to perform, you vote them out, what is the deterrence for doing or behaving badly? When you know there is a corrupt or criminal electoral process that you can weaponize and come back. So that is what we have. We begin. Why should somebody be talking about people, a governor, bringing in a successor? Is it that the 10 million or so persons in the state do not have the ability to choose a leader? It is because our political system is structured such that we have strong men against the will of the people. So somehow, whether or not the people decide to sway this way, there is a structure that gives power to one person to be able to decide the fate of every other person. And Nigerians are not concerned about that. And if you do not do it now, at what point do we do it? You are complaining about inflation, insecurity, and whatever, the cost of living. The persons who put you in this situation are already prepared for 2027. So the question to every Nigerian is, what is then your plan for 2027? And nobody should say that the electoral process is okay. 2023 was a very clear example. We had 93 million registered voters according to INEC. 89 million collected PVCs. That is more than 90%. Less than 30 million came out to vote. Why are Nigerians not interested in that process? The professor in INEC, the INEC chairman, received 313 billion from the government and said, out of this amount, I'm taking 150-something billion for electronic technology. BVAS, which was the ultimate, supposed to be the game changer in the 2022 Electoral Act. On the day of the elections, the INEC chairman said there was a glitch. Gentlemen, does any of us here know why there was a glitch or what caused the glitch? And why should we not have further glitches going forward? If there is sincerity of purpose on the part of the politicians to actually give power to the people, why has nobody talked about fixing that process to ensure we have a seamless process? So the entire arrogance of a political class that is corrupt is a dysfunctional electoral system. And if you fail to fix it, you are only postponing the evil day, because they find a way of getting back by 2027, you have 4 more years. You complain and lament, then you get to 2031. If you fail to do nothing, how many years do Nigerians want to spend on the street complaining and lamenting? It is either now or we continue to suffer. Because one of the things you will notice about Nigeria is that the persons in power are emboldened by the docility of the people. How many are the persons in power? How many senators do we have? How many reps? How many persons are in the presidency? Calculate all with the 36 state governors. So the question will now be, in Nigeria, the people in power and the power of the people, who should be greater? If one person can come out to boast and say that in so state by 2027 there will be no party or there will be no opposition, or by this time nobody can stop the re-election of this person, at what point do the 200 million or more victims of bad governance come together and say, by this time we want to end bad governance?
Why do you think we're docile?
There are different reasons to it. One, there is an apathy because Nigeria throws a lot at you. So the dysfunctionality in government makes you weak and uninterested. You are battling hunger, you are battling insecurity, you are battling a lack of health infrastructure. So everybody is struggling. There is little energy to begin to put into what you believe cannot be changed. So when you talk about having free and fair elections in Nigeria or good governance, some persons are completely detached from that reality. It will not work. They even tell you, Peter, forget about this thing.
You know, in Peter's analysis, is completely spot on. For how long would we have to wait to make this change. How long? This guy is in power. When the former governor, who's now the Senate president, is bold enough to tell current governors the kind of people they would need to choose to be their successors. Do you understand what that means? This is not a monarchy. We're not practicing monarchy as a system of governance in Nigeria. It is meant to be a democracy, right? Where the people come out, vote, and the right person should be, according to the people, who they voted for the most, the one with the most vote. According to the constitution, becomes the president, the governor, the lawmakers. But in our system, it is so rigged, the political system is so dysfunctional, wherewith that a sitting governor picks his own successor, helps the successor re-election, puts the successor in place to pay homage to him, give a remittance to the same governor who rigged him in, a former governor that rigged him in, of the state's resources. And that one continues to build financial power to go and contest for more, federal positions. That's the system that Wike wanted to do with River State. That's the system Bola Tinubu used in Lagos State, where they succeed them, continuously pick who the next governors will be, and those ones actually pay subservience homage to them. How long would this system continue? I have often said this is me, I have often said that this electoral reform Peter is clamoring for, I know that this current government would not do it. Even if they said they're going to do electoral reform, I will be very shocked to say that they impose and stipulate within the electoral reform that electronic results must be transmitted electronically. I will be very, very shocked. Because if they do it, they will be the ones to lose. They're sitting in power today and they will not do it. It's exactly the same thing that PDP did when they felt that they would be in power for so long until they're no more in power. It's exactly what these guys would do. And then when the next set of government people will come in, they will sit on the same law because now it's now their time to sit and impose themselves on Nigerians. Until we continue to agitate and fight for the kind of change that we want. Speak up. Keep on campaigning. Keep on informing others. These people will continue. So Peter is right. We are docile as a people because Nigeria throws a lot at you. When you're fighting on one hand, they give you another one. So they occupy you to continue to occupy the country. That's why when you're hearing other people saying that they're weaponizing poverty, they mean they know what they're doing. They're literally weaponizing every tool they need you to be under them. And that's why you must not rig election for these politicians. The politicians by themselves cannot rig election. Yes, they need INEC. Yes, they need the police. But if the people make up their minds, and this is why I feel we have control over, if the people make up their mind, we are more in number than the others. Even the thugs they used to rig election, or the thugs they used to destroy ballot papers, when we make up our mind to defend those votes, when you go to vote, I know they come with machetes and guns, but they are from us. Because when the people vote and you count the result and you transmit the result, it's hard for them to not rig the election. There's no way Bola Tinubu cannot be defeated in 2027. But without the help of the people who will help him rig election, that's why he will remain in power. Forget about these political defections from people politicians from PDP and from Labour Party and from other political parties to the APC. They know that the only reason why they jump into those political APCs is because they know that APC will rig them out. They've seen what happened in Rivers State. They've seen what happened in Edo State. And they've now seen what Bola Tinubu can do. See, we told Nigerians that what Bola Tinubu did in Lagos State, if you allow him in Nigeria, it would do worse than that. And exactly what he's done as well. This vicious cycle of election rigging needs to stop. And it's up to you and I to continue this campaign to sensitize others, to make sure that 2027, we put a stop to it. I have said this, I will not hold my breath for electoral reform. These guys will not do it. They've not done it. They've not touched it. If Akpabio does electoral reform, he will not win the next election. If Bola Tinubu does electoral reform, he will not win the election. They spend time doing the new tax bill. If they wanted to do, they would have been talking about it. They don't want to do it. And they know why. They know that if they make an INEC more independent than what INEC is at the moment, they will not be there tomorrow. So they are well aware of what they're doing. So let's don't, whilst we're putting the pressure on them, and I'm supporting Peter in this that he's doing, let's just have our second plan, our plan B. Get more people out. Make sure more people are involved. Make sure that we continue to sensitize other people. When Nigeria is not practicing the monarchy system, the likes of Akpabio, you can see, look at what happened in Kogi State. Yahaya Bello choosing his own successor in Ododo. And that's the same person that's protecting him from EFCC. The same thing happens all across the entire nation. A Godfather system. This is why Wike has the power. The same person that says he bought electoral form for all the people contesting for politics in River State, the lawmakers, the current governor, he bought electoral form for all of them. Why will you not have a say as to what the way they run the country, the state? And this is what we must put a stop to, because now they don't count the vote of the people anymore. It's their own decision. Once they find themselves ascended to the place of authority, it becomes their own decision. Nigeria is governed by their own whims, not by our own constitution anymore. I don't know what you make of this, but put your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you make of this, Peter Akah's analysis. But in my opinion, I think Peter is spot on, and I think as Nigerians, we need to make sure that we're prepared for 2027, because this election rig has already prepared for 2027. So what are you waiting for? Again, if you're meeting this content for the first time, please like, share, subscribe. And if you've been following us and you're not subscribed, please do so. I will catch you up in the next video. Bye-bye for now. God bless you.